Hello everyone, welcome to back my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button. At the Abbott mansion, Jack joins Kyle for lunch at the table, where he's working on a work project. His son says he's grateful to be back at Jabot where he belongs. Jack couldn't agree more. Kyle can't believe he came so close to blowing up his life. Jack crows that he turned his life around and came back to them. That's what he wants to focus on. Kyle's grateful. Jack asks about his work and whether he can help. Kyle hands over a proposal for the sunscreen moisturizer that he stole from them when he was at Glissade. At Chancellor, Claire makes notes as Nikki talks. She tells her to make sure marketing takes Abbott off the communications. Claire notices her grandmother is out of sorts. She heard there was a visitor at the ranch from her past. Nikki says it was Ian Ward. He's awful, and she'd hoped to never see him again. Claire says her mother warned her to be on guard. Nikki says that apart from Jordan, no one has tormented her more. She says he's a living nightmare and cannot be trusted. If Claire ever comes across him, she should not engage. One of his worst crimes is preying on young women. I was one of many. I was a teenage when I first met him. Claire and Nikki agree that Ian and Jordan are cut from the same cloth. Jordan walks into Crimson Lights in disguise, as Esther is leaving Sharon a frantic voicemail to get in touch. She asks if there is anything she can do to help. Esther explains that the person who owns the place is missing. She can't discuss it, but she's very worried about her. Jordan asks if the police are involved. Does anyone know what happened to her? At Society, Abby seats Danny and Daniel at a table. Daniel tells his dad he wishes he could stay longer. They agree that Sharon going missing is unnerving and discuss the cops boosting Daniel's security detail. At the bar, Tessa tells Abby that Sharon's car was found in the river, but they are trying to think positive. Abby asks if she's had any more asthma attacks. Tessa hasn't and never felt that way before. She marvels that the one man Maria hates more than anyone saved her. Abby says it's too convenient. With Ian Ward, you can't trust anything. Ian watches through the window as they talk. At Danny's table, Daniel doesn't know what to make of Sharon's disappearance. His father urges him to fly out for his last few shows with Lucy. Daniel balks, but Danny pushes. Meanwhile, Ian walks inside, clutching his Bible, and eavesdrops as Abby tells Tessa that he's a snake whose list of crimes is endless. Tessa can't believe she got sucked into talking to him. Abby feels that what happened to her doesn't make sense. He just happened to be in the right place at the right time to save Mariah's wife's life. Tessa can't disregard him saving her life. Ian shows himself. I'm so glad I was able to save you. Ian tries to chat up Abby and tells Tessa he's kept her in his prayers. She's grateful that he helped her, but she knows his real name in history now and has doubts about his intentions. Ian meant what he said. She and Mariah are blessed with a beautiful family. Tessa reminds him Mariah asked him to stay away from their family, and she has to ask the same. Abby backs her up and says it's her restaurant. He needs to leave and never come back. At Danny's table, Daniel doesn't want to pull Lucy out of school now that she's back in a routine. Danny understands. Daniel would send her on tour if he thought it would help, but he can't be away from her again. At the Abbott mansion, Kyle apologizes to his father for stealing the formula. Jack understands why he lashed out at them and feels Victor provoked him. Kyle did what he thought would endear him to Victor and undermined them. Jack points out he figured out a way to get inside Victor's twisted mind. It's water under the bridge, and they need to move on. Kyle has to ask, did he actually consider taking legal action against him? Diane appears and says Jack didn't, but I did. Kyle's appalled. Diane says she saw it as a way to bring them back to them. Kyle supposes he can't fault her for that. Diane admits she and Jack had opposing views about it and used it to make it seem that their marriage was falling apart. You broke the law, Kyle. Kyle knows, and he apologizes. Jack wants to put it all behind them and explains Kyle's putting the product back where it belongs. They all agree to focus on the future of the family. Diane has something else to discuss as Kyle's mother. She's aware of his relationship with Claire and that she spent the night there. She asks if he's planning to talk to Harrison about this. He should know what's going on between them.